Welcome to the Deep Dive. We're here to unpack complex topics, really get into the details, and bring you the essential insights you need.
That's the goal, to
E-
be truly well-informed.
Exactly. And today, we're diving into something incredibly common. I mean, almost universal, right?
Yeah.
That familiar stiffness, maybe first thing in the morning.
Oh, yeah, or that little creak in your knees after you've been for a walk.
Yes.
Yeah.
Or even just that heavy, sometimes swollen feeling in your legs by the end of the day.
Mm.
We tend to just wave it away, don't we? Oh, I'm just getting older.
It's the default explanation, yeah. But what if there's, something more fundamental going on, a biological reason?
And maybe even a surprisingly simple solution. Something food-based that, well, most people just aren't aware of.
That's exactly what our research points towards. It's true. Time plays a role, obviously. Our bodies change.
Sure.
But a really major culprit behind these aches, these pains, especially in our joints, it's often the slow, gradual depletion of a crucial building block. We're talking about collagen.
Collagen. Okay, I think
Mhm.
most people have heard of it, maybe for skin.
Right, often linked to skin. But think of it as like the ultimate scaffolding for your entire body. It's this resilient connective tissue holding everything together. Your skin, yes, but also bones, tendons.
And crucially, the joints themselves.
Absolutely. The cartilage, the fluid within your joints, collagen is key. But as we age, our bodies just get less efficient at making it.
How much less efficient are we talking?
Well, the figures are pretty stark. By the time many people hit 65, their bodies might be producing less than half the collagen they actually need.
Less than half. Wow.
Yeah. And that deficit means that every step, every time you bend down, every little movement, your joints are feeling that strain. They're missing that essential cushioning, that lubrication, that structural support.
Okay, that makes a lot of sense visually. You can almost picture the scaffolding getting weaker.
Exactly.
And this is where our deep dive gets really, really interesting. You mentioned simple dietary changes can make a difference. And quickly.
That's what the evidence suggests. And here's a statistic from our sources that, honestly, it's startling. An estimated 99% of seniors, 99%, are apparently completely unaware that specific dietary tweaks can help rapidly restore this vital protein.
99%. That's almost everyone.
It's huge. And we're not talking about, weird supplements or some unproven fad. We're focusing on real, actual nourishing foods, things your body recognizes and knows how to use.
That's a massive revelation.
Yeah.
Real food making a real difference. What kind of impact are we actually looking at here? Can food truly move the needle that much for joint health?
Well, the claims in the source material are frankly eye-opening. We're looking at specific foods rich in collagen or its building blocks that don't just seem to slow down joint deterioration.
Okay.
They appear to be actively working to reverse it in some ways.
Reverse it. That's a strong word.
It is. For instance, studies mentioned in the sources show some of these foods reducing leg swelling, edema, that really bothersome fluid retention, reducing it by up to 47% in just 8 weeks.
Wow, nearly half in 2 months.
Yeah, and significantly increasing mobility, actively reversing inflammation, which, as you know, inflammation is so often the root cause of joint discomfort and pain.
That level of improvement is, well, it's remarkable. And I remember reading something intriguing in the notes about a, quote, most popular cuisine being particularly potent.
Ah, yes. We're definitely going to get to that surprising candidate later on. You want to stick around for that one.
Please.
But it's true. There's this one specific cuisine highlighted that apparently boasts 61% more collagen than almost anything else, and yet most seniors haven't even tried it.
61% more. That's incredible.
And the results linked to these foods are genuinely striking. For example, one particular food, within just 30 days, led to seniors in a study experiencing a 63% increase in both skin elasticity and joint fluid density.
Both skin and joint fluid.
Both. That's a profound shift, isn't it, in such a short time? It really suggests more than just symptom relief. It points towards actual rebuilding at a cellular level.
So, okay, our mission today then is clear. We need to uncover these natural powerhouses.
Let's do it.
We're going to count down the top 8 collagen-rich foods according to our sources. We'll go from, let's say, least to most effective based on the claims,
Sounds good.
and explain how each one is supposed to help reduce that awful leg swelling, mend those overworked joints, and really strengthen your legs from the inside out.
And importantly, everything we're discussing is backed by research highlighted in the source material. We're focusing purely on real, tested nourishment.
Right? This isn't about quick fixes or magic pills. It's about giving your body the fundamental support it needs to actually repair and rejuvenate itself.
Precisely.
All right, let's get started on this journey. Unlocking nature's joint repair secrets. We're kicking off with food number 8 on our list.
Okay.
And this one is, well, it's incredibly simple. An everyday item, really, but often overlooked, maybe even misunderstood, for its joint-boosting benefits. It's egg yolks.
Egg yolks, yes. You know, for so long, the focus has been entirely on egg whites for protein, right?
Totally. The yolk was the villain for a while.
Exactly. People were actively discarding it. But the real power, especially for stimulating your body's own production of connective tissue, making its own collagen that's found primarily in the yolks.
So it's not just adding collagen, it's helping our body make it.
Precisely. We're talking about key nutrients like biotin, sulfur, and vitamin D, all concentrated in the yolk. Now, these don't directly give you preformed collagen,
Right.
but they are absolutely critical cofactors. Think of them as the skilled workers in your body's collagen factory. They make the whole production process run much more efficiently, much more robustly.
That's a really important distinction. It's about empowering your body's natural processes. You mentioned sulfur specifically.
Yeah.
Why is sulfur so key here?
Sulfur. It's often overlooked, but it's truly monumental for collagen structure. Imagine collagen is like a strong rope, right? Made of many tiny strands woven together. Sulfur acts like the critical crosslinks, the braids within those strands, that give the rope its incredible strength and flexibility, its ability to resist wear and tear.
Makes sense. Stronger braid, stronger rope.
Exactly. Without enough sulfur, those ropes, that collagen, becomes weak, frayed. This deficiency can dramatically slow your body's ability to produce new, high-quality collagen.
That shows up as
Weakened ligaments, which leads to painful, unstable joints. And even that leg swelling we talked about, the edema.
how does weak collagen lead to swelling?
Well, fluids can start seeping through damaged or compromised tissues that lack proper structural integrity. Think of it like a frayed rope that can no longer hold things tightly contained. The tissue becomes more permeable.
Got it. That analogy makes it crystal clear.
Mm-hmm.
And there's actual science backing this up for eggs. Right. That 2020 trial you mentioned?
Precisely. In the nutrients trial, it was quite significant. They took individuals who were already experiencing some mild to moderate joint stiffness.
Okay, a relevant group.
Yes. And the intervention was remarkably simple. Just consume whole eggs for breakfast 5 days a week. They monitored them over 10 weeks.
Whole eggs, yolk included.
Absolutely, yolk included. And the results were compelling. Participants reported, on average, a 22% decrease in overall joint pain, specifically noting improvements in the lower back and knees, common trouble spots.
22% is noticeable relief.
Definitely. And it wasn't just self-reported. Blood tests at the end showed a measurable decrease in C-reactive protein.
Ah, the inflammation marker.
Exactly. It tells us about systemic inflammation levels. And alongside that drop in CRP, there was a clear increase in indicators of collagen synthesis. The body was making more.
So less inflammation, more collagen building.
Correct. And here's a key insight, especially for our listeners. The study found that individuals over 60 who initially had the most, let's say, inadequate levels of these nutrients showed even more noticeable and often faster results.
Really? So it might be particularly beneficial if you're in that older age group?
It really underscores the potential for simple dietary interventions, particularly as we age, and might become deficient in some of these key nutrients.
Fantastic news. Practical, everyday solutions. So how should we prepare these eggs to really maximize the benefits, especially that sulfur?
Good question. To preserve that delicate, nutritious profile, especially the sulfur compounds, which can be sensitive to heat, it's generally best to enjoy the yolks soft-cooked.
Like runny yolks.
Exactly. Poached, soft-boiled, or maybe gently fried in a healthy fat like olive oil, ensuring the yolk stays liquid or semi-liquid. You want to avoid overcooking them until they're dry and crumbly, as that can degrade some nutrients.
Okay, soft cooked is key.
And this is crucial, especially given past advice. Resist the urge to separate the yolk. Don't just eat the whites. The yolk contains all those essential cofactors and micronutrients needed for your body's natural collagen creation to function optimally. You need the whole package.
That directly contradicts a lot of advice from the past, especially about cholesterol. What's the current thinking there?
Right. That's such an important myth to address. Those historical concerns about dietary cholesterol from eggs have largely been debunked by current research.
Really?
Yes, study after study now suggests that consuming whole eggs, yolks and all, can actually help maintain healthy levels of HDL, that's the good or protective cholesterol. For the vast majority of seniors, eating whole eggs doesn't cause dangerously high blood cholesterol levels.
That's a relief to hear.
It is. So while they might not look like a flashy superfood, egg yolks are incredibly potent. They work from the inside out, strengthening joints, helping your body build that framework to cushion cartilage, protect your legs, and really lessen that morning stiffness.
Makes those first few steps out of bed easier.
Potentially, yes. So if you've been avoiding whole eggs, maybe it's time to reconsider. You might be missing out on one of the simplest, hidden in plain sight sources of real joint support.
A powerful case for the humble egg yolk. Okay, let's shift gears. From a common breakfast food to something tiny, but apparently very impactful for joints. Our number 7 food, pumpkin seeds.
Pumpkin seeds. Pepitas. Not just for Halloween.
Definitely not. They're described here as tiny mineral powerhouses.
That's a great description. Because while pumpkin seeds don't directly provide collagen themselves, like the egg yolk doesn't.
Right, they're helpers again.
Exactly. Their potency for joint repair and supporting collagen formation comes from this incredible array of trace minerals they pack in. We're talking manganese, zinc, and magnesium. These are the real heroes here, acting as essential catalysts for your body's internal collagen-making machinery.
Catalysts, like they speed up the process or make it possible.
Both, really. They are the unsung heroes. Think of them as supplying the specialized tools needed to kickstart and regulate the whole process, rather than the raw material itself.
Okay, so how do these minerals, zinc, manganese, magnesium, work together? Is it a team effort?
Oh, absolutely. It's a beautiful synergy. Zinc, for example, is essential. It's like the on switch for the collagen factory. Without enough zinc, those initial steps of collagen synthesis just don't happen efficiently.
Got it. Zinc turns it on.
Then manganese steps in, sort of like the quality control inspector. It promotes the strength and, importantly, the suppleness of the connective tissues being formed. It ensures that the collagen is robust and flexible, not brittle.
Quality control, I like that. And magnesium.
Magnesium plays a few roles. It assists with crucial muscle function around the joints, providing stability, and very significantly, it helps reduce inflammation throughout the body. And as we know, inflammation is a major driver of joint pain and stiffness.
So it tackles inflammation too.
Yes.
Yeah.
So together, this mineral trio provides the fundamental building blocks needed not just to repair cartilage and replace the delicate joint lining, but also to strengthen weak ligaments. And weak ligaments are often the culprits behind that ankle and knee edema, that bothersome swelling, and even that wobbly, unstable feeling when you walk.
Wow. That's a lot of impact from just a little seed. And there was a clinical trial you flagged that really zeroed in on the swelling aspect.
There was a very promising one from 2021 published in Biological Trace Element Research. It focused specifically on older individuals.
Okay.
They simply incorporated a quarter cup of pumpkin seeds into their diet every day for 8 weeks. Just a small handful, really.
And the results?
Quite significant. Participants experienced a 19% decrease in lower leg and foot swelling, that persistent edema. Plus, a 27% increase in overall joint flexibility. They were literally moving more freely.
Less swelling, more movement. That's practical.
Very practical. And blood tests backed it up. They showed improvements in oxidative stress markers, less cellular damage, and crucially, an increase in collagen precursors.
Precursors. The starting materials.
Essentially, yes. The signals or raw materials your body uses to start building new collagen, it indicates active repair is happening. And again, the key insight was that the best outcomes were seen in participants over 65 who had significant daily stiffness and difficulty moving.
Really reinforcing that potential for older adults. So, for maximum benefit, how should we eat them? Any prep tips?
Absolutely. For optimal results, it's generally best to consume them either dry roasted without added oil or salt, or just plain raw.
Okay.
But here's a great tip to enhance mineral absorption. Soak them overnight. Just put them in water with a tiny dash of sea salt.
Soak them. Why?
This simple step significantly lowers their phytic acid content. Phytic acid is natural in seeds and grains, but it can actually block your body from absorbing certain minerals effectively. Soaking reduces it.
Ah, so soaking unlocks more minerals.
Precisely. After soaking, you can pat them dry and maybe lightly toast them in a low oven if you like that crunch, or just eat them as is. Or if you find whole seeds a bit tough, you can easily crush them.
Crush them.
Yeah, into a course meal. Then sprinkle that on porridge, blend it into smoothies, mix it into salads. That also helps with absorption and digestion if whole seeds are an issue for you.
Good tips. So pumpkin seeds aren't just about building new collagen.
No, that's a key point. They also play a vital role in preserving the collagen you already have, protecting it from breaking down. Plus, they help create a better internal environment for joint restoration, regulate enzymes, and reduce inflammation.
Multitaskers.
They really are. And they're so easy to keep around, shelf-stable, simple to add to things. If you're dealing with ankle or knee swelling, or just that general stiffness, adding a handful daily, well, it could mean you're walking more comfortably sooner than you think. It really is a small step with a potentially big payout for joint health.
A great example of food as medicine, really.
Oh.
Okay, let's move on to food number 6. This one might surprise some people too. Canned and boned salmon.
Ah, yes. Often underappreciated, especially the boned part.
Exactly. The source material stresses that the bones are key, but most people probably discard them, right?
They do, or they're not even aware they're edible. But the potential, particularly with those soft, edible bones found in canned salmon, is immense. They contain natural collagen, yes, but also essential minerals like calcium and phosphorus and natural gelatin.
All the good stuff.
All the good stuff. These are crucial for repairing cartilage and strengthening the whole structural matrix around your joints. This makes it ideal for older folks dealing with aching hips, worn-out knees, or that lower leg edema often linked to poor joint function.
So the real healing potential is in the bones most people toss.
Often, yes. That's where a lot of the unique benefit lies for joints, beyond just the healthy fats in the fish meat itself.
And speaking of the fats, the famous omega-3s in salmon must play a role too. Is there synergy?
Absolutely, a powerful synergy. The omega-3s are well known for their anti-inflammatory effects. They work hand in hand with the collagen peptides from the bones.
How so?
Together, they're highly effective at reducing edema, that's swelling, and also actively encouraging your body's cells to produce new, healthy collagen. It's a really comprehensive approach.
Less inflammation plus building blocks.
Exactly. And we saw the synergy highlighted in that 2020 nutrient study mentioned in the source. Seniors ate 3 servings of bone-in salmon each week for 10 weeks.
Okay, 3 times a week, what happened?
They saw a significant 21% decrease in inflammation markers, like CRP again, and remarkably, a 32% improvement in knee flexibility.
32%.
Yeah.
That's being able to bend your knee much more easily.
Much more easily. Participants, especially those with chronic stiffness, reported feeling significantly more comfortable doing everyday things, standing up, walking, even climbing stairs. That speaks volumes about its impact on mobility.
Huge improvement in daily life quality.
Maybe.
So for listeners wanting to try this, how do they choose and prepare it correctly to get those bones?
It's actually pretty simple. When buying canned salmon, look specifically for wild-caught varieties. And check the label, it should say bones intact or with bones.
Okay, wild-caught, bones intact.
Yes. The canning process itself softens these bones so much that they're perfectly edible. You can easily mash them right into the salmon meat with a fork. They practically disappear texture-wise.
So you don't even notice them.
Most people don't, especially once mashed. This way, you get all those vital nutrients. Then just use the salmon as you normally would. Stir it into warm grain bowls with herbs and olive oil. Mash it onto toast with avocado. Add it to salads.
Sounds easy.
The crucial part is just eating the meat and the mashed bones together. That's where you unlock the full nutritional synergy. It delivers collagen in a really absorbable form, great support for seniors without needing supplements.
And it's affordable and shelf-stable, too.
Exactly. Inexpensive, easy to keep on hand, simple to prepare. Some folks worry about mercury in fish, but smaller fish like salmon are generally much lower in mercury than larger predators like tuna or swordfish.
Good point.
So if you're tired of aching ankles and knees slowing you down, maybe give this overlooked option a try. You might be surprised by the results.
Okay. Up next at number 5. This one has definitely had some bad PR over the years, but according to our sources, it's a powerful natural ally for collagen support. It's chicken skin.
Yes, chicken skin. I know. Many of us, myself included, were taught for decades to just toss it, right? Fattening, unhealthy.
Exactly. Always remove the skin.
But it's time for a reevaluation, especially when we're talking joint health. Chicken skin contains a very distinctive type of collagen, type I collagen.
Type I. Why is that significant?
Because type I is the exact same type that predominantly makes up your own human ligaments, cartilage, and joints. Also, your skin and bones.
It's just a perfect match.
It's a remarkably close match. When you consume chicken skin, you're basically providing your body with the precise building blocks it needs in a form it readily recognizes to restore cushioning tissue, mend joint linings, and fight inflammation.
Inflammation, again, leading to stiffness and edema.
Right. Especially for anyone maybe over 50 or 60 feeling those creaks. It's not just beneficial, it's providing highly recognizable components for that specific joint structure.
It's like giving the body a perfectly matched spare part, ready to slot right in.
That's a great analogy, yeah.
And there's a clinical study that backs this up, specifically from food sources, not supplements. That seems important.
It is a huge distinction. The International Journal of Medical Sciences published a study looking at this. Participants over 55 regularly ate type I collagen from poultry sources, specifically mentioning cooked skin from things like chicken thighs, wings, necks,
Your good bits.
the tasty bits. And within 12 weeks, they reported a remarkable 40% increase in joint comfort.
40%. That's significant pain reduction.
Huge. And a 33% decrease in stiffness. Think about what that means for daily movement. Getting out of bed, walking.
Absolutely.
Plus, their ankle edema decreased, knees moved more freely, and follow-up imaging even showed less cartilage degradation.
Wow, actual structural change is visible.
Yes. And the key takeaway, again, was that these benefits came from actual cooked food, from dinner, not from isolated, often expensive pills or powders. It really underscores the power of whole foods.
A very powerful point. So what's the best way to cook chicken skin then? We want the benefits, but maybe not loads of unhealthy fat or irritation.
Oh, right. Preparation matters. The key is slow and delicate cooking. This helps preserve the collagen content without adding unhealthy fats or creating harmful compounds.
So baking or roasting?
Baking, roasting, even gently boiling it in broth are excellent methods. You definitely want to steer clear of deep frying.
Well, I know deep frying.
The high heat and the types of oils often used can actually lead to irritation and oxidation of some beneficial compounds, basically negating the health benefits you're after.
Okay, so gentle cooking.
Yes, and for the most nutritious bang for your buck, opt for skin-on, bone-in chicken pieces. The combination is fantastic.
How to eat it?
Enjoy it warm right off the bone, or shred the cooked skin into salads for a savory crunch. Add it to soups for extra depth and nourishment.
The texture might be new for some.
It might take a little getting used to, I admit, but the advantages for knees, hips, ankles, the joints that give so many seniors trouble, I think they far outweigh any initial hesitation.
And it's affordable and easy to find.
Exactly. Simple, affordable, easy to incorporate. So next time your legs feel tired or you catch yourself limping a bit by evening, maybe don't automatically discard that skin. That crispy or delicate layer could actually help you walk smoother tomorrow morning.
Fascinating. Okay, from surprising chicken skin, we move to something that's described as essentially pure, direct collagen in its most bioavailable form. Food number 4, gelatin.
Ah, gelatin. Yes, that's a great way to put it, a direct route to relief.
So what is gelatin exactly?
At its core, it's basically cooked collagen. It's extracted, usually through a long, slow, gentle simmering process from the connective tissues, bones, and skin of animals.
Okay, and what makes it so bioavailable, so easy for the body to use?
That's its key advantage, especially compared to some supplements. It seems to bypass some of the more complex digestive steps other protein forms might require. This means it gets absorbed really easily and can get to work almost immediately.
So quick support for ligaments, tendons, joints.
Exactly, delivering nourishment right where it's needed. It's a quick, natural way to feed aching joints from the inside out. This is particularly helpful for older folks who might have slightly impaired digestion or who are dealing with that stubborn leg swelling.
So it's not just the collagen content, it's the speed and ease of absorption.
Precisely. And there's research showing just how quickly people can feel the benefits, often much faster than they expect.
Tell me about that.
There was a compelling double-blind study in 2018 published in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition. They looked at older people with mild to severe joint pain, the kind that really impacts daily life.
Okay.
After just 6 weeks of regular gelatin supplementation, just 6 weeks, participants showed a significant 27% decrease in knee and ankle inflammation.
27% less inflammation in 6 weeks.
Yes. And alongside that, an impressive 37% increase in overall joint mobility, easier bending, less stiffness after resting, more comfortable movement all around.
That's a big jump in mobility.
Huge.
Yeah.
And even more remarkably, MRI scans taken as part of the study detected early signs of cartilage thickening.
Thickening, not just slowing degradation, but rebuilding.
That's what the imaging suggested, which is quite rare and highly encouraging in older adults without surgery. But maybe the most notable finding was just how fast these benefits appeared. Participants often reported feeling relief within the first 2 weeks.
2 weeks. That's incredibly fast for a dietary change.
It really is very encouraging for anyone dealing with daily pain or swelling.
So, for listeners wanting to try this, how should they use gelatin? What kind, how much?
Good questions. You'll want to choose an unflavored, preferably grass-fed gelatin powder. Make sure it's free of artificial stuff, chemicals, added sugars, just pure collagen protein.
Unflavored, grass-fed. Got it.
The simplest way to use it is to dissolve it in warm liquids. A tablespoon or two in bone broth, maybe herbal tea, or even just warm water. Stir it until it's completely dissolved.
Okay, easy enough.
You can also use it as a natural thickener for soups and stews, adds nutrients and a hidden joint boost. Or get creative and make your own healthy gummies using natural fruit juice, a joint-friendly snack.
Gummies, I like that idea.
The key thing, though, like with many of these strategies, is consistency. Even a small amount taken daily seems to help reduce edema and promote those long-term improvements in joint function and comfort.
And does it offer benefits beyond just the joints themselves, like the surrounding structures?
Absolutely. It's not just about the joint surfaces. Gelatin also helps fortify the connective tissues and tendons that hold your hips and legs together. It provides more holistic structural support for the entire lower body.
So overall stability, too.
Yes. For seniors dealing with that persistent puffiness, leg weariness in the evening, or that burning feeling after walking, gelatin is one of the most effective and easiest ways to get highly absorbable collagen without drastic diet changes.
Just a warm cup a day.
Could genuinely help restore some of that flexibility, comfort, and fluid movement that pain might have stolen over time. Help you move with more ease and confidence.
Okay, we're into the top 3. Coming in at number 3, another one of those unsung superfoods. Apparently collagen dense, especially when you eat the whole thing. Sardines.
Sardines, yes, those little fish pack a serious nutritional punch for joints. And again, like the canned salmon, the key is consuming them whole, skin and bones included.
The bones again? What's in sardine bones?
They are just packed with type I collagen, similar to chicken skin, but also calcium phosphate and natural gelatin, all the fundamental building blocks your joints need for strength, support, and pain-free movement.
And the skin.
The skin contributes valuable omega-3 fatty acids, like salmon, but also elastin. Elastin is another important protein for tissue flexibility. So together, these components work to significantly lessen joint inflammation and promote the healing of injured or strained connective tissues.
Wow, collagen, calcium, gelatin, omega-3s, elastin. It's like a complete joint repair kit in a tiny fish.
That's a perfect way to put it, a miniature repair kit.
And the sources say they're particularly good for certain common issues.
Yes, they seem especially effective for older individuals dealing with persistent leg edema, that general stiffness, and that throbbing joint pain after being on your feet for a while. That targeted relief makes them incredibly valuable.
Okay, and there's a study backing this up too.
A fairly recent one, 2022, published in the journal Nutrition. They followed seniors who simply increased their intake of whole sardines.
Whole sardines, bones and all.
Bones and all. By week 8, just 2 months, their knee and ankle edema had decreased by a remarkable 25%.
A quarter reduction in swelling, that's noticeable.
Very noticeable. Plus, their joint pain levels dropped by 29%. And blood tests, again, showed improved collagen production indicators, suggesting active internal repair.
Almost a third less pain.
Exactly. And the researchers specifically noted the effect was even more pronounced in those over 65 with early signs of arthritis. This really cements sardines as an inexpensive yet highly effective remedy for these common joint issues.
Strong evidence for such an accessible food. So how should people choose and eat them? Some people are put off by the smell or the idea of the bones.
Understandable hesitation for some. When selecting canned sardines, always go for those packed in water or pure olive oil. Avoid the ones in soybean oil or heavy sauces, as they can be less healthy or mask the benefits.
Water or olive oil.
Got it.
And I know I sound like a broken record, but the skin and bones are where the best calcium and collagen are. Keep them whole, mash them in if you need to.
How to make them tasty.
Mash them onto avocado toast. Toss them into rice bowls or salads with lemon and herbs. If the flavor is strong, try mixing them well with plain Greek yogurt, and a bit of Dijon mustard makes a milder, creamy spread. It really helps disguise the texture while keeping the benefits. Experiment.
Good idea with the yogurt and mustard. So, like the others, they seem to do more than just ease symptoms.
Oh, absolutely. They don't just reduce inflammation, they actively help restore what time and wear have eroded. They provide a potent, absorbable dose of collagen and broad joint protection without needing pills. So for people with weak knees, maybe a wobbly gait.
Or if you find yourself avoiding longer walks due to discomfort, it really might be time to reconsider sardines. You could feel a significant change in leg comfort, stability, and overall mobility within just a few weeks of adding them consistently.
Okay, we're nearing the summit. Number 2 on our list. This one is deeply comforting, profoundly healing, and has become quite trendy for its health benefits. Bone broth.
Ah, bone broth. Liquid gold for joints, some call it?
Liquid collagen therapy, I called it earlier.
That's perfect. It truly is an elixir, and the magic is all in that slow simmering process.
What happens during simmering?
That extended boiling of bones, especially bones with lots of connective tissue attached, releases this incredible wealth of compounds. Gelatin, obviously, both type I and type 2 collagen.
Type 2 is the main cartilage one, right?
Exactly. Type 2 is the primary collagen in your cartilage, providing that essential cushioning and shock absorption. Bone broth delivers both. Plus, key amino acids like glycine and proline, and a whole host of other joint repairing elements.
So it's a complex mixture.
Very complex. And these components specifically target inflammation, stiffness, and the degradation of connective tissue that happens as we age.
So it's getting the right types of collagen plus all the supporting nutrients working together.
Precisely. And the absorption factor here is huge, too.
Better absorption again.
Yes. Bone broth offers some of the quickest, most easily absorbable collagen support you can get from food. This makes it exceptionally good for seniors with those tight, creaking knees, morning stiffness, or chronic leg edema. It goes beyond symptoms. It actively strengthens the tissue matrix holding your joints together. Deep, foundational support.
And there's strong clinical evidence for this one, too.
Oh, yes. A 2021 randomized trial in clinical interventions in aging, seniors drank just 1 cup of homemade bone broth daily for 12 weeks.
1 cup a day. What were the results?
Quite dramatic. A 44% decrease in joint swelling.
44%. Almost half the swelling gone.
And a 38% improvement in mobility and their self-reported pain scores. Imagine being able to walk longer, stand easier, climb stairs with less pain.
Life-changing improvements. And didn't the imaging actually confirm internal changes?
It did, and this is powerful validation. Ultrasound imaging in that study confirmed increased cartilage thickness in the knee joint.
Actual thickening. Wow.
Yes, and this highlights a key difference. Unlike some collagen powders, which might lose cofactors during processing, properly made bone broth contains everything the body needs to absorb, convert, and effectively use that collagen.
Like the minerals needed to bind it.
Exactly. The minerals, the amino acids, it's the complete package for collagen utilization, everything needed for real repair and regeneration.
So if someone wants to make their own for maximum potential, what's the secret?
Patience. Slow, patient simmering is key. Use bones with lots of connective tissue beef knuckles, turkey necks, chicken backs. Chicken feet are amazing.
The less meaty bits are best.
Often, yes, for collagen. Simmer them with aromatic veggies, onion, garlic, celery, carrots, herbs you like, and crucially, a splash of apple cider vinegar.
Why the vinegar?
The acidity helps draw the minerals and collagen out of the bones and into the broth during that long cooking time. We're talking 12, even 24 hours on a low simmer.
Long time. What if homemade isn't an option?
Totally understandable. Look for high-quality pre-made bone broths. Check the freezer or refrigerated section. Read the labels. Look for ones free of preservatives, high sodium, weird additives. Grass-fed, if possible.
How to use it?
Cook your rice or veggies in it for a secret health boost. Use it as a base for soups and stews, but honestly, the simplest, most comforting way, just warm it up gently and drink it straight, maybe instead of coffee or tea.
A comforting daily ritual.
It really can be. Bone broth provides hydration, cushioning, flexibility, structure, everything joints crave, and it seems to work quickly. For seniors feeling that ankle swell by evening or the knee grind, a daily cup could honestly be the difference between dragging your legs and walking confidently again.
Slow simmered joint treatment in a mug.
Exactly. Not just soup.
All right, listeners, buckle up. We've reached number 1. According to our sources, this is the absolute most collagen-dense food you can eat, specifically for reversing joint discomfort, reducing swelling, restoring strength in legs and knees. It might sound a bit unglamorous. It's beef tendons.
Beef tendons, yes. Definitely not glamorous, but truly nature's most potent collagen delivery system, according to the claims. It's a superfood that's fallen out of favor in many Western diets, but it's a staple in traditional cuisines known for health benefits.
Why tendons? What's special about their structure?
Well, a tendon structure is almost entirely made of type I collagen. That same type we talked about in ligaments, skin, bones. It's packed in there.
Pure type I collagen, basically.
Pretty much. And when you cook them properly, they break down into rich gelatin and these incredibly potent collagen peptides that directly target and help repair aging, worn-out connective tissues.
And the source material made a really bold claim here.
It did. Unequivocally stated, no supplement compares to the benefits of tendon collagen. That's not just about slowing things down, it's about initiating real restoration, rebuilding.
That's a massive claim. And the clinical results cited were equally transformative, weren't they?
They were truly remarkable. A 2022 trial in the Journal of Functional Foods, participants over 60 with joint discomfort, they ate a collagen-rich tendon stew just 3 times a week.
3 times a week. How quickly did they see results?
Get this. The majority saw noticeable benefits in less than 30 days.
Less than a month. Wow.
Yeah. Specifically, improved walking stability, a significant 41% decrease in knee stiffness, and an impressive 63% improvement in joint fluid density compared to placebo.
Joint fluid density. That's the lubrication, the cushioning.
Exactly, for preventing that bone-on-bone grinding. And again, MRI imaging actually confirmed regeneration of soft tissue cushioning around key joints.
Regeneration confirmed by MRI. That's incredible.
It is, and the key insight is just how rapidly these profound results happened. Weeks, not years. It really shows the power of regularly absorbed tendon collagen to make a palpable difference.
Okay, that rapid turnaround is stunning.
Yeah.
But beef tendons. Many people might have no idea how to prepare them. The texture must be unusual.
It can be unfamiliar, absolutely, but the rewards are potentially huge. The secret, again, is slow cooking. You have to cook them low and slow until all that incredible collagen breaks down and releases.
How long are we talking?
Simmer them in a flavorful broth, maybe your homemade bone broth for an extra super boost, for a good 8 to 12 hours, minimum, until they become wonderfully soft, almost jelly-like and easily chewable.
8 to 12 hours. That's a commitment.
It is, but you can do a big batch. To enhance the taste and maybe help digestion, try traditional Asian flavors. Rice vinegar, fresh ginger, garlic, maybe some soy sauce or coconut aminos.
And once they're soft and jelly-like.
Dice them up. Add them to noodle bowls, hearty stews, nutritious soups. If you're new to the texture, start small. Mix small pieces well with other soft veggies or in a rich broth to ease into it.
Ease into the jelly texture.
Exactly. The key is committing to that slow cooking process. That's where the magic happens, releasing all that goodness.
It really sounds like a potential game changer for mobility.
It truly could be. Beef tendons seem to work profoundly to restore what's been worn away, tightening connective tissue around ankles for stability, replenishing the gliding surface in knees for smoother movement, restoring that cushion in the hips.
So for people with pain walking, climbing stairs, standing,
this one food might genuinely be the quickest path back to real mobility and comfort based on these findings. It's not flashy, it's not trendy, it's not glamorous, but it is arguably nature's most potent collagen delivery method. And the difference, the claim is you will feel it in your joints and your ability to move freely again.
Wow. There you have it. 8 incredible foods, from those hidden helpers like egg yolks and pumpkin seeds to the surprising allies like chicken skin and canned salmon with bones.
Don't forget the bones.
Never again. And the ultimate powerhouses like bone broth and, top of the list, beef tendons.
Real, tested nourishment sources, packed with collagen or its building blocks.
Designed to strengthen legs, heal joints, eliminate that awful swelling, all from the inside out. No meds, no tricks, just effective nutrition working with your body.
And always remember this. Your body is this incredible self-healing machine. It's constantly trying to restore and repair itself.
We just need to help it out.
Exactly. Your main role is just to provide it with the right fuel, the right building blocks. These foods offer that precise fuel, helping your body rebuild what time or where might have diminished, empowering its own healing abilities.
So a challenge for everyone listening. This week, as you plan your meals, maybe think about it.
Yeah.
Which one or maybe 2 of these 8 items are you going to include? Give your joints that support they deserve.
Start small, be consistent, and just observe. See how you feel.
Because for everyone listening, remember, your legs truly deserve another shot at vitality. You are absolutely far from finished.
Think about the impact. Renewed mobility, renewed comfort. What does that mean for your daily life? Walking further? Standing longer? moving with more ease, more
It's
confidence.
not just about less pain, is it?
No, it's about reclaiming a vital part of your freedom, your independence, your quality of life. These simple dietary shifts could be key. So the final thought is, what does that restored freedom mean for your future?